Good morning, all you lovely people. I hope you had a lovely weekend. I had not a bad weekend, although I have to say, my football team lost to the Scottish Cup, but that's the way it goes. Congratulations to Aberdeen. So anybody up there in Aberdeen today, hope you've got a hangover. I expect you've got a hangover. I've seen the papers, and there were some real big celebrations in Aberdeen yesterday, and they took the trophy round the city, and it was quite right. It's good when a provincial team actually wins something. So good morning, everyone. That's Facebook on board. I always think that's Facebook on board. Let's check. Yep, that's Facebook on board. So who's in? Morning, Gary. Morning, June. Morning, Kirsty. Morning, Mark. Morning, Lorna. Morning, John Buchanan. Morning, Gary Forbes. Morning, William Leach. And we have an Aberdeen supporter in the house. Good morning, Aberdeen supporter. We'll pick your comment up. Furry boots? No, that's not your comment. That's your comment. Aberdeen FC Rock, you were there. Good for you, John. I hope you had a good day out. I really do. Now, if Facebook is in yet, we have. We've got Charlie Campbell there on Facebook. And we've got Robert Bruce there on Facebook. And Ali Busby there on Facebook. Good morning, Facebook. Hope you had a lovely weekend as well. Okay, numbers are climbing nicely, folks. So we'll kick this one off, shall we? It's Indy Truck Davy out the truck now home in his office in Salisbury, North Lanarkshire, where it's overcast, windy, wet, 11 degrees. Showers all day, folks. But hey, we've just had a couple of good dry weeks, so we could do a wee bit of rain, eh? Okay, first up this morning, we have the Scotsman. I'll put it up. And by Christ, there's some nonsense in a couple of these papers this morning for reasons that we are all quite aware of, folks. Well, we'll put the Scotsman up, shall we? Then we'll level up. That's better. Calls for more police powers to tackle rise in knife crime. Folks, as we know, there has been no rise in knife crime. There have been 3 incidents recently, but they are very unusual. We looked at it on Thursday. We looked at the Violence Reduction Unit's report for Professor McKee and Professor McCara of Edinburgh University, and we've seen that knife crime violence, especially, is down 69% since 2009. And it's more than halved. That's more than half, folks. Now, Scotland used to be the stabby capital of Europe. It's now one of the safest places to be in Europe. Crime is at an all-time low. I think we're on the 46th year of record low crime figures, even in the middle of a cost of living crisis. Right, but this is the Tories. The Tories are shouting, "Give the police more powers, give the police more powers." We heard John, he's going to leave it to the experts at the Violence Reduction Unit. They've been doing very well so far. Okie dokie. Next up, we have the loony right-wing rag the Express. So let's put that up. This one's designed specifically for those with only enough intelligence to have learnt to read, but no understand what they're reading. Tories call for tougher stop and search to combat alarming rise in stabbings. Blitz on spike in youth crime urged. Well, as we already discussed last week after First Ministers, there has been no spike in youth crime. Youth crime is at an all-time low. Oh, what a nonsense. But why are these rags giving airtime to the Tories? The Tories are dead. Tories are done. Morning, Alan. Absolutely done. And it looks as if Labour realised they were done and all, because it looks like over the weekend Starmer's thinking about U-turning on the two-child cap, on the disabled benefits cuts, and as we know, he's already U-turned, or did a partial U-turn on the winter fuel payment. Details still to be presented. Right, let's move on, shall we? What's the Herald got for us today? The Herald's back on votes. So it is. The Herald's back on votes. What's the Herald got for us today? We'll have a look. If we can get it up. FM urged to act over stalled funding for state ferry firm. Apparently, the Scottish Government will stop giving money to Ferguson's for the time being. Don't know what that's all about. Really don't. Find out though, as I normally do. But if I remember right, did John Doe say on Thursday that these ferries would be completed and put into service? I'm almost sure he did. So to say, I don't know what that nonsense is all about. Next up, we've been answered, and it goes on a new medical procedure. Exclusive, new prostate cancer trials. And I thought, new prostate cancer trials? Who wants to go and get prostate cancer? Fuck's sake. Get it right. Chris Hoy, we can save countless lives. Olympic hero says revolutionary scheme will improve early detection. He hopes his own diagnosis will help men stop putting their health last. So, new screening process in place for prostate cancer. We already had one, but now there's a new screening test going into place, alright. Next up, we have a national. We'll stick it up. I have absolutely no idea what this nonsense is all about today. But we'll find out. Where is the bloody national? Here we go. The National has, inside the conference that saw legal bombshell explode about Scotland and Union. And that was this guy talking about, the legal fella talking about Scotland having been consumed into Greater England. What a bollocks. For every legal expert we've got with one opinion, we've got another legal expert with another opinion, another legal expert with another opinion. Anyway, main headline. UK government intervened over Scottish Uni a Gaza genocide row. Minister insisted on discussing handling of rector's statement with principal at unrelated event. I hope the principal told the minister to go and fuck himself. What business is it of UK ministers to the opinions of universities? Universities are there specifically for freedom of speech and freedom of ideas. That's how we move forward. Universities have always been the hotbed of debate. Now, if this rector stated there's a genocide going on, the rector's bloody right. And Netanyahu's now made it clear there's a genocide going on. He's not just going to bomb them or kill them. Another thing about genocide is, in the Genocide Convention, if you forcefully remove a population, even if you don't kill them, that's still genocide. Fit like Alan, I'm alright today. Hey. So, UK ministers have got no business interfering in universities. Davy, point us to the Act of Union passed in the English Parliament. Class action, I'm sure you could find the answer for yourself. You're a clever chappie. Anyway, Next up, we've got the Times. What's the Times got for us today? I don't know where this bloody Evening Telegraph picture keeps coming from. Take that down. Right, next up, the Times. The Times has Kosovo is next target to take Britain's small boat immigrants. Kosovo will give the same answer as Albania did. They'll tell Starmer to piss off. But what's the point in putting these people anywhere in mainland Europe? Because even if their asylum claim fails, because they're supposed to be going to a third country to be processed, they're just going to make their way back across Europe to the coast of France and get in a boat again. Well, there you go, class action. You didn't have to ask me then if there wasn't one passed in the English Parliament. As far as I know, what they did was pass the document back for it through a whole lot of each other. They didn't even sit and talk to each other. Okay, the main headline, I never want to be leader of the Labour Party, says Rayner. Well, apparently, a party insider says differently, and there have been a few rumours lately, and it looks like Reeves might be on her way out the door, along with Morgan McSweeney, if the rumours of the weekend are to be believed. And the rumours of the weekend was that Starmer intends to put an end to the two-child cap, scrap the cuts, allegedly, that's going to happen to a PIP, and of course, as we know, he's already done a partial U-turn. So maybe, good morning, Reagan Wheat, maybe somebody's pointed out to Starmer that the lessons he thought he was learning were the wrong fucking lessons. Hammering migrants and stamping down in minorities, jailing protesters, peaceful protesters, is not the way to win the vote of the people. Maybe the Labour Party will start acting like the Labour Party. I doubt it, but maybe. The only rumours are the weekend. Morning, Solari. Right, so that was the Times. Next up we have, I believe it's the Daily Fail. It is. Let's put it up. Scandal of fat cats on first ever NHS rich list. Revealed nearly 300 health bosses are handed packages worth £200,000. And apparently there's 1,700 NHS fat cats allegedly own over 100,000 a year. These people get very important jobs. And you get what you pay for. Apparently some of them are paid more than the Prime Minister. Well, guess what? Some of these people are actually making day-to-day life and death decisions. The Prime Minister, with his decisions, just condemned people to a slower death. A death stuck in poverty. A death with empty pockets. Morning, wake up and smell the rosemaries. How are you today? So that was a Daily Fail. We'll get that done. So there you go, folks. The Daily Fail finds out you've got to pay good money for proper healthcare professionals. Fuck's sake. I also hear there's a chance of doctors going back and slide down that road because of the risery pay offer. But what this says here is, in the Daily Fail, that these people have been over-rewarded because they haven't got waiting lists done. Well, you know, what the mood music is that they have got waiting lists done. But it was appeared they're just being taken off the books. And you see an early general election coming. Maybe 2027. You might be right. You'll be getting new news in the first dimension. Oh, yeah, Andrea. Right, next up, we get Telegraph. Let's see what nonsense it's got for us this morning. Disappointed in the headlines today, folks, to be honest with you. I really am. Trump's pressures PM over Connolly. Now, if you don't know who Connolly is, that's that woman who was jailed for inciting violence. It's over the Stockport murders. Now, she was recently sentenced for her tweet inciting violence. But as we know, Trump incited violence, had his followers raid the Capitol, and then when he got back into power, he pardoned them all. So Trump's putting pressure on the PM to release Connolly, Sarah Connolly, I believe her name is. But the PM here doesn't have the same power. Maybe the Home Secretary could pardon her, but not the PM. But even then, I don't see the Home Secretary going out against the judiciary. The judiciary has decided what this woman did was incite violence, racial violence, and they've jailed her for it. Brain scan can diagnose Alzheimer's before any symptoms, apparently. And out here, apparently Starmer's benefit U-turn will blow $5 billion black hole in budget. So fucking what? Just get a Bank of England to print more money. It might undermine the value of the pound a little, but who cares? We're not selling anything internationally at the moment very much anyway, so the fuck. Right, yeah, then. What we got next? We appear next with the eye. This one's quite interesting actually, but it's no surprising. The eye has HS2 plunged into fresh chaos as major tax fraud claims emerge. Now, apparently one of the contractors on the job is using subbies, but claiming they're full-time employees so that they can overcharge the government for their employment costs. So, apparently, there's a tax fraud investigation going into the project, which is billions and billions of pounds over budget, years and years late, and not gone as far as it was meant to. There you go. HS2. And usual Westminster fucking failed public project goes over cost, over budget, and the fat cats that have been awarded it are skimming the tax man as well. There you go. Nothing new there. The fucking Westminster project is our budget by billions and billions and billions. Okay, next up we have The Guardian. What's The Guardian got for us this morning? Decades of failure to act on racism inquiry leaves UK in doom loop. And what it says is that a study into all the inquiries that have been into racism done through the years has found that the recommendations of these inquiries, which have cost billions of pounds, have never been implemented. Never been implemented. So, societal and organisational and institutional racism is still the norm because all the inquiries and the billions of pounds spent on inquiries have never been, the recommendations have never been implemented. What's the point in doing the fucking inquiries? Kiev condemns US silence after Russia carries out largest air attack of conflict. Well, Trump did say he's out. And last goodbye for doctor who lost 9 children in Gaza strike. I guess the doctor's leaving Gaza. I think that's what I take for that. But decades of failure to act on racism inquiries leaves UK in doom loop. I think the right way to term that would be decades of bad Westminster governments leaves the UK in a doomed loop. I say, I'm going to should do a wee bit of video on the intellectual, economic, and moral decline that's going on here in the West. And say it's accelerated a wee bit down that road, and in America especially, where the price of higher education is spiraled out of control. So, less people going on to higher education, intellectual decline. That leads to an economic decline because your country stops being innovative, inventive, whatever. In order to have an economy that can compete in the modern world, it has to be well educated. And in America and in the UK, where education is getting too expensive, then we see an intellectual decline, which of course leads to an economic decline because you don't have anybody skilled enough to do the jobs, so the jobs go elsewhere. And a lot of people sitting about doing nothing leads to moral decline. Leads to more drinking, more debauchery, more drugs, more despair. They're all linked. Talk about intellectual decline. Next up's the Star. Next up is the Star. What's the Star go for us today? Let's hope it's got something to cheer us all up, shall we? Oh, goody. Intergalactic exclusive. Top Guns buzzed by UFOs. RAF heroes scared to go public over close encounters. Don't know about that. I know, Charlie, I say, I mean to do this. I mean to do a video on it, but that's about as long as a video would be. That wee bit there, if somebody wants to clip it and put it out to say about the Top Guns. Yeah, you've got to love the Star. We're talking about intellectual decline and the problems of that comes with it. And we've got Top Guns too frightened to talk about seeing UFOs. Well, I say, but we are in a cycle of decline here in the West, folks. Next best things are like aliens. So we are in a cycle of economic decline. There is ways to put the brakes on it, but it's been going on now for a long time. Thatcher started it when she did away with the what did they call it? With the youth used to get, in school we used to get in careers office. When they did away with the careers office, where people would be steered in a direction, academic or into skills, or just out the fucking door and into whatever you can find. But for Thatcher onwards, and then we've got Blair comes along, introducing tuition fees. So that is a controlled demolition. The decline in investment in the education sector also means that industry can't be as innovative. It also means that people are not coming here for skill sets because we don't fucking have them. And nobody's talking about investing in education down that road. Nobody's talking about investing in skills down that road. No. Well, that's it for the day, folks. We end on aliens. Maybe they can bring back, maybe they can come and find some intelligent life in the West, because at this point in time there's no any. Okay. Right, folks, that's the first one of the week there. We'll be back this afternoon at 4 o'clock. David and I to waffle some more shite about things that are in the news. You know, that's what we call Yeah. Current affairs. We'll be here to talk about current affairs. Okay. That'll be wee Mrs. McGlumfer and Jock Thompson. Current affair. Okay.